whatever you might be going through this very moment, say with me, say this, say right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, you are God. Let's say that again. Can you say right now? Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, you are God. Thank you, Father. You can't make me doubt him because I know for myself today. I know that you are God. Hallelujah. And I'm so glad. So glad. You are God. From everlasting. Everlasting. That's how long you will be God. That's how long you will be God. That's how long you will be God. Thank you, Pastor Desmond Pringle, for this song. You are God. An altar built, a table spread, a tree that grew, a life was spared. Between two thorns, justice was placed, blood for the world. Amazing grace, oh how I'm drawn to the cross alone, the place where mercy and sin atone, the place where my sins met therein. Everything changed there, the cross alone, new life begins there, the cross alone. A rugged piece of justice took a carpenter, a Christ that would give up his life in exchange for a world so lost, to claim his name. Sing, how I'm drawn to the cross alone, it's a mercy and my sin atone. Let there in at the cross, new life begins there. There's a place in eternity where the love of God met humanity. On a hill called Golgotha, he bled upon a tree, and there he made the sacrifice just for you and me. Oh, how I'm drawn to the place of mercy, oh my, and my sin atoned. It was the place all of my sins not therein. Because of Calvary, new life begins there, the cross. Now listen, this is the song that I got saved on. I need everybody, wherever you are, open your mouth and declare it. Yeah! When I saw the light and every burden rolled away. It was there by faith I received everything changed. The cross alone, new life begins there. At Many have come there and seen the light, met all their wrongs there and made them right. Propitiation for perfect love. There's still yet room there. Will there be one? There is room at the cross for you. All I need is you.
Keep me in my time zone when my mind's gone and I'm flying home and I'm stressed out and I'm tempted to get that styrofoam and go pull it up, but you know what's up and you know that ain't gon' solve nothing. I mean, Lord forbid I might fall or something and I'm all another, cause all I need is you to hold me down like bitch straps to the psych ward. It's killing me, but you still with me when I fight hard. And you digging me when I'm eating you. Deal with me when my car's pulled. Could've dealt with me, but you fell for me before I fell for you. Keep me on that right path and the right math. It's you plus nothing's everything. You my everything. Same. You ain't gotta question my allegiance, cause the way you love me, I can never leave. I need you.
By my side, thick and thin, highs and lows, don't let go. We gon' ride, we gon' win, don't know how, all I know. You are all I ever needed, you're all I ever needed. You are all I ever needed, you're all I ever needed.
How did I fall in this? No condition that get a mention, but you offer this unconditional love. I swear I sell it all for this. Trying to keep it together, forget my awkwardness, but often it's just you and me off in this valley of shadows, and I know they trying to pick me off in this, but all I need is you. It's funny just how off I get when I ain't riding with you. No adjectives for your awesomeness. They burning one for that burnout. This life done got them all turned out. Took time out to put time in, so I turn to you when I want out. Need is you. You slow me down cause you know me now. With my phony smile and I'm acting like it's all copacetic. It's so pathetic, so juvenile. What you do?
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon. Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Right. Ask Elaine, where to ask Elaine? Ask Elaine, where to ask Elaine? Ask Elaine, where to ask Elaine?
Oh, we're on, huh? All right. All right. Now, you know, all right. Welcome to Ask Elaine. This is your voice, Elaine Lucas, welcoming you to the program. Want to welcome those who are on AM, FM, and I always, and then right here on the Glory Live. We just are so happy to have you. We want to say hello to Mrs. Hand, our very special listener for the week. She attended the Al Lucas Scholarship Luncheon along with over 100 other folks last Thursday at the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame, where we awarded the Al Lucas scholarships. And so we wanted to say a special hello to her. Um, Welcome once again. Hit like and share, and so that you can remind others that ask Elaine, it's time to get smarter. It's time to learn something that you didn't know and go and share it with other folks. We've got two very fine folks here from the Valley, and they're going to be talking about some special programs. I'm going to have them to introduce themselves to you. But first, we want to express our condolences to families who've lost loved ones. And we want to express congratulations to families that have had some good things happening. Weddings, births, those kinds of things. We especially want to say, express our condolences to the family of Sherry Shannon Miller, um, uh, Reverend Donald Miller's wife. She lost a brother. The services were held on Monday. And the really sad thing about it is that about a month ago, they also lost a sister. And so they have been dealing with a lot of stuff. She's one of our regular listeners and a big supporter of EL High School. So we want to express to that entire wonderful family our deepest sympathy in your loss. And you know, folks say they don't won't put more on you than you can bear. Sometimes it seems like you've got more than your share, but it's just your season for that, and you'll be in another season soon. Just remember your loved ones fondly, keep pictures of them, never let their memory fade away, and they'll never leave you. Take it from us. We know it's been 20 years since Al Lucas passed away as a result of that football injury out in California. And there's not a day that goes by that we don't remember him, but we're able to remember him fondly and smile because there are so many good things that we do in his honor. So just take it from me. That does make it a little bit easier. It'll never be easy, but it will be easier. Okay, our senator is going to join us at about 3:15 because he has some things that he wants to say. So we're going to introduce or have them introduce themselves, our special guest, to you. And they've got some exciting things that they're going to tell you that are going on in the Valley. So, our young lady, would you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your background, and then tell us about the program that you're affiliated with. And welcome to Ask Elaine.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I am Alexis Irving. I am currently serving as the Clean and Renewable Energy Project Manager with Peach Concerned Citizens Incorporated. We are a nonprofit, nonpartisan 501c3 organization based out of downtown Fort Valley.
Yeah, so I can't call Trump a crook today. While I'll call him later on. Go ahead.
A little bit about me. I am a two-time graduate of the Fort Valley State University. I'm originally from Warner Robins, Georgia, so I have grown some roots in Fort Valley, and I love the Valley, so I'm so glad to be here today to be able to just inform and, do what I can do for the Valley,
Yeah,
So,
yeah. What's the name of the program? Tell us again the program that you're.
Clean and renewable energy.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. We're in the present age. We're in the present age. Now, our gentleman, if you'll introduce yourself and tell us about the program that you're affiliated with.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Brandon Whitehead. I work for Peace Concerned Citizen. My program is SNAP and TANF. We just want to know, did people have problems with applying for SNAP and TANF? Yeah, and I'm originally from Fort Valley. I just got married 6 months ago.
Well,
I
congratulations.
got a little girl.
Still smiling.
Yes, ma'am. I got a little
He's
girl,
smiling.
and also my wife, she's pregnant now, so
Oh,
we,
my.
we hoping for a boy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But you'll take whatever.
Whatever.
You'll take
Long,
whatever as
long,
long
as,
as
long,
it's.
long as it helps.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. That's wonderful. You can tell where his priorities are because he hastened to mention all of that. Well, welcome to Ask Elaine. We're glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Tell us, each of you, what your program does.
Okay, so my clean and renewable energy project, we are working to basically inform and advocate for awareness to our communities to let people know more about what clean energy and what renewable energy is, how it can benefit our communities as a whole, and how they can also benefit us individually, whether it's our health, whether it's our utility bills, just different ways that it can benefit us in our day-to-day lives. So that is what my project is based out of.
Okay, tell us some of the things that you do to make sure that people learn those things.
So a lot of the things that we do, we have a lot of community events that we host throughout our service counties. So Peach Concerned Citizens does service Peach, Macon, Crawford, and Taylor counties. So we are working to host a lot of community events, a lot of workshops. We do a lot of pop-up booths at other events, like we just did a pop-up booth at the Spring It's a Good Health event with the Peach County Health Department. We have different activities that we run, different giveaways that we give out, so that you can actually have a hands-on way of seeing something such as solar energy at work right in front of you, instead of having to go to like a really big solar farm and see and not really know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
But we even give out little solar power flashlights. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you like
Yeah.
I said, you can see it in real time. So that's some of the things that we do with our project.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. We want to say hello to my partner in crime on the water board, Mr. Desmond Brown. Randy Crawford is with us. Hello. Cynthia Cersei, good afternoon to you. And we want to welcome all of you to Ask Elaine, those who've joined us on AM, FM, and those who are looking at us right here on the Glory Live. We are just so grateful that you've tuned in today. We've got two wonderful young folks who are telling us about some present day things that we need to be talking about. We need to be hearing about that are happening in the valley. And many of these, there are similar kinds of programs all over, but there are a lot of rural areas that don't get the information, they don't get the services. There's nobody actively working to inform them and bring those services. Just like over the last several weeks, we've been talking about EMCs, and I hope y'all did your homework and went and checked to see if you were a member of an EMC. And if you are a member, you've checked into it to see where your check is. And hopefully not in the mail because that's not dependable. But we hope that you, over this period of time, that you're learning about these different things, and we just applaud you all. We're going to talk about we want to tell us about the Peach Concerned Citizens and how they initiated the work that you're doing.
Well, we go out in the community and tell people about voting or anything that they need, we can help them with.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
great. So the Peach Concerned Citizens, Miss Kendrick,
Yes, ma'am.
down there, all of you know Katie Kendrick,
Yes, ma'am.
and she's a mover and shaker and has been for a long, long time. I believe she was an elected official at one.
She did run for an office.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, tell us a little bit more about how you get the word out on the issues that are of concern to you.
Well, we go door to door. We also be on the internet, Facebook, Instagram. Mostly we just really go door to door though.
Because that's a real way, and with voting, that is certainly a way that we need to employ to make sure that we get to people, because that's the best way to get them to engage in what's best for them. The concerned citizens of Peach.
Yes, ma'am. So, also we go out to the schools. We do voter registration starting at the school, especially when the students turn 18. You know, trying to reach them, or 17 and a half, because you can vote. You can
Yeah,
register to vote when you're 17 and a
right.
half. So we go out to the schools. We do phone calls. We do a lot of text messages just to make sure that we reach every single person. You know, sometimes people are home,
Yeah.
you know, so we want to make sure that we get all the concerns of everybody that's in the community, and not just Peach County. You know, like I mentioned before, we go out to Macon, Taylor, and Crawford counties and make
Hmm.
sure we reach all the communities that are
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. 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 Have you seen progress?
We have seen some progress. So Peach Concern Citizens started on their own in 2018, and since then it's grown, and a lot more people have heard about us and learned a thing or two from us
Hmm.
regarding, you know, election
Hmm.
information, voter education, different civic engagement initiatives that we've been running. So yes, we would like to say that the um, the progress has been really good and overwhelming sometimes. So
That's
it's been good.
good. That's good. Y'all have elections. There are elections in Fort Valley coming up, aren't there?
Yes, ma'am.
And I can see with having two young people working to motivate folks and provide information, make them more comfortable with their civic duties or their or accessing what could be theirs as resources for their families. That could spur folks to do better.
Yes, ma'am.
To do better, and that's great. Shakita Maxwell says, "Good afternoon. Thank you for always keeping us informed and connected to the community. The earth and the people are valuable resources." And indeed, you are right. And we hope to see all of the folks who have tuned in. We hope to see you tomorrow evening at the water board meeting. The committees start at 2 o'clock, y'all, when everybody's working. That's done intentionally, I think. Then at 4 o'clock is when the general meeting, the committees meet back to back to back. And once they are finished, hey, Merritt Johnson, welcome to Ask Elaine. Once they finish with, we finish with the committee meetings, then we drag on into the main water board meeting. And that is the time when citizens can address the water board. And we've got a number of people who have some real serious concerns about their water, about the water rates. We've been trying to get people to come because that is the way that they can help us to carry forth and get some changes. We need to be meeting twice per month rather than packing everything in to a very, very long day that's inconvenient. And so these are some of the kinds of civic things that I know y'all are working on in the Valley, and some things that we're working on here. But we're encouraging you whatever time you can come. And I want to tell you this, I spoke with the chair, Gary Bechtel. Y'all remember that name. He's the chair of the water board, and asked him if they were going to continue live streaming, if the meeting was going to be live streamed, because many of you watch. You go on Macon Water Authority's Facebook page, and you're able to see the meeting without leaving home. Well, his answer to me was no. No. He made the decision that it would no longer be live streamed because it showed them doing dirty toward you citizens and sitting there plotting to raise your water. Y'all don't have to say anything. I know y'all are nonpartisan and all that. This is my partisan part, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, we have arranged for some private citizens to come and live stream, to go live on their Facebook page. And so I just want you to know that those of you who um, uh, know some folks who, and you want to help us to get this meeting out to everybody, y'all please, by all means, come to the meeting, go live. I will have somebody to go live so that those who are friends with me on Facebook, it will connect you once the meeting starts. It is very, very important. This whole thing, you hear people talk about transparency. That means you can see through stuff. That means that you can know what's going on. Transparency is just a big word for knowing what's going on. So we are working very, very hard with not only the Macon Water Authority, which is owned by you folks, y'all, us, all of us, and the Macon Transit Authority. And they, with their old low down, dirty selves, put a blind man, suspended a blind man from the paratransit system, and then let the suspension run before even granting him a hearing. So we were at that meeting yesterday to let them know that we didn't appreciate it. And I let them know that I didn't appreciate all of the folks over there, the top management at the Transit Authority who are supposed to be over there working for us because we pay them. They were over there at the press conference that your chair at the water board, Gary Bechtel, remember that name, that he called to refute the concerns that we have expressed. We're going to keep on walking, keep on talking, because there's a lot that you need to know about the water board and about the transit authority. Those entities serve all people. That's what they forget. That they've forgotten their mission, which is to serve. And y'all pay some of these folks really well. You know that the president of Macon Water Authority, the president and CEO, hey Patrick, welcome to Ask Elaine. He makes $300,000 a year. You know that? So you're not paying him with a thank you. Your money, your fees are going into that. Plus, they get splost money to use for some things, and there are some uh, assets that the water authority has. And we're going to tell you more about this private hunting club that they have. But that's enough of that. Merritt says, yes, y'all keep on talking. Somebody has to do it. You're right. But it helps when you have some other folks backing you up. And we want to welcome all of you who have joined us today. I'm going to get back to my guests who are from the Valley, and they are talking about some programs that they have in place where they're motivating and informing people in the Valley to become involved and to access more services. Okay, tell us, is there a target group, or are you targeting all of the citizens?
So currently, we are targeting all of the citizens with the clean and renewable energy program, specifically because we are in a rural area, and we've noticed that in these rural areas, there's not much exposure and there's limited knowledge toward clean and renewable energy. So we want to be able to, as they say, reach one, teach one. We want to be able to reach out and, encourage and just make aware to. It doesn't matter what kind, what type of citizen you are. We just really want you to know and be aware of, like I said, the benefits of the clean energy and the renewable energy and what it can do for you.
That's right. That's right. A lot of people think that they don't know a lot, but they know more than they think. So
know.
You just remind them of what they know. You've heard that saying that everything you needed to know you learned in kindergarten. That's kind of sort of true, y'all. And in the early learning, you learned CAT, CAT, and CAT does not change.
That's true.
CAT is still CAT, whether you're in first grade or in 12th grade. It's CAT. Meow. That's it. 2 plus 2.
4.
It's 4. Did it
4.
change between when you learned it and no? No. And that's what I tell the students at EL High School and anybody who doubts themselves. You already know a lot. and there's a lot you can teach others, but you've got to be assured that there's somebody to teach and people will be receptive. Well, when y'all work with the folks, the citizens of the valley, then they impart that to their children. That helps to build families. So talk about that just a little bit. Building the families through the information and the services that you provide.
Well, my service on Staff and Tanner, better known as Food Stamps and Welfare. And if people want to go and apply, they just go to their local DFACs and
Would you
apply.
get a little bit closer
Oh, I'm
to that
sorry.
mic?
I said if people want to go and apply, they just go to their local DFACs and apply. But for me, for us, I mean, we want to know their experience. If they go to the office, how long was they in there? Who was they transferred to a lot of people?
Yeah.
Or did they just go in there, get the application and go out and fill in their car?
Yeah.
If we just want to know the experience by going to our website at peachconcernedcitizen.com/contact.
Sounds like something we need here in Macon, because you go to the DFACs here. One lady got slammed to the ground the other way. That's another discussion for another day. Go ahead with what you were saying.
Basically, we just want to know the experience. We work with Georgia Budget and Policy Institute, better known as GBI, and we want to get the information to them so they can give it to other people to make better decisions of helping people get SNAP and TANF.
Okay. All right. That just sounds wonderful. There have been some situations where some people have, who are on the programs, have had their, talk a little bit about that if you.
I know a lot of people had scam, and they just told them they won't get them a new card and try to get their benefits back, but I don't think they're gonna get their benefits back.
You don't. That is start. So what do? What are they gonna do? That's a question, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Desmond Brown says, "I'm proud to see young people serving the community. I'm proud of you, Alexis." He's proud of you too. He just did. All right, we want to welcome all of you to Ask Elaine. If any of you have questions or comments, we've got a lot of comments in the chat. Patrick, could you research the numbers of people that could be thrown off of the federal programs? We're talking about Head Start, which is in danger. We're talking about SNAP, and there's several others. And would you put that information in the chat? Patrick is our genius statistician, and he can provide some real serious information. Tell us how many folks you've served over. How long have you had the program?
So we've had the program since about last year. So since then, we've reached, through community events, through canvassing, through flyer distribution. I know we've reached over 100, over 200, possibly over 300, because we've definitely put out at least 200, great. 250 different flyers. We've serviced so many people at our events and our workshops. So definitely over 300 people, I would say, we've touched so far.
That's great. That's great. We've got some young people here in Macon, and I know they are involved with some projects in the community. This is another kind of project that it seems would be wonderful for some more of our young folks to get involved in whatever community. Shakita Maxwell says they also cut funding for AmeriCorps. Anything this good, it just seems like it's getting cut. There was something that was just so ironic. They cut a program that that was a very, very beneficial program, but it was one they went back and they said, oops, that's one that Trump actually put in place when he was a dictator before. Shakita says over 300,000 nationwide. People are in for some real rough sledding. And programs like yours are really going to benefit people because they'll be able to learn how to safeguard their rights and to make sure that they continue to have the resources that they need for their families. Tell us about your funding. Tell us if you're funded through a grant.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that correct?
So
All right. Tell us just a little the little bit you can tell us.
right, yes, ma'am. So we are funded through a grant, and what I can tell you, it is the Clean and Renewable Energy Grant.
Mhm.
So most of our work, since we are a nonprofit, is funded through our specific grant. So
Mhm.
yes, we run our. It comes and goes, but when
Yeah.
we have it, we have it, and we try
Yeah.
to do good work with it when we do get it.
Well, sounds wonderful. And yours is grant funded
Yes,
as
man.
well.
With Georgia Brothers Institute,
Uh-huh.
Georgia Brothers Policy Institute.
Okay.
Yes, man.
Okay. Y'all didn't tell us your educational background and stuff like that. Tell us. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I graduated in 2020 with my bachelor's in animal science from the Fort Valley State University, and then in 2023 I graduated with my master's in biotechnology from the Fort Valley State University.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. All right. I like that. You, sir.
Well, yes, man. I'm a little older than Alexis, so I graduated in 2010 from Middle Georgia Technical College, better known as Sister Georgia Technical College.
Yeah,
now,
wonderful.
With my degree in marketing management.
All right. So you don't have anybody here play with these folks. They are serious. Merritt Johnson tells us they cut them off yesterday. Cut what off, Merritt?
I think the
AmeriCorps couldn't even finish the contracts till June. Oh, Trump's attacks on Head Start. This is the part y'all can just lay low. Trump's attacks on Head Start funding threatens 22,000 105 Georgia children, 1,973 teachers and staff, over 280 million in total funding. And someone else added, Head Start provides early education and wellness services for children from birth to 5 years old. The Georgia Head Start Association services over 25,000 low income preschool children and their families. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, I am just so happy that y'all were funded, that your grants are still intact, and that you're still able to provide the services that you have listed for us today. So we're going to let you summarize what the program is, what you do, and then we'll let you summarize as well.
Okay, so with my program, as I mentioned, my project title, there's two. So there's clean energy and then there's renewable energy, right? So basically we're informing the community about what clean energy is, basically trying to cleanse the environment, not just for us right here, but even for our future generations that are to come. We want to make sure that the environment's healthy enough for our children growing up, because we definitely want them to be here to be able to continue on. So that's part of our clean energy part. We also have energy efficiency, which is kind of what ties into your utility bills. Being able to use these appliances, but using them efficiently so that you're not using as much energy. And when you don't use as much energy, it doesn't cost as much.
Mhm.
So we're also helping towards that as well. And the last part of my project ends with renewable energy. So being able to switch from these different mechanisms that we're using now, such as coal and gas,
Mhm.
that isn't always
Because all
gonna be.
that stuff is going away. There
Exactly.
won't be any more.
It's not going to be here after a while,
Mhm.
But you know what will? The sun,
That's
the
right.
wind,
There
the
you
water,
go.
it's all going to be here.
That's right.
So if we can utilize it for our benefit, then we'll be great. We'll be better off,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. Do people gravitate toward that kind of information? Do they like getting that information?
They're interested in the information, but we live in a day and age where people want a change right here, right now.
Yeah.
And some of these things, where we're at now didn't happen right here, right now. It took some
Mm-hmm.
time and it was an overtime type of thing. So we just have to keep reiterating to people that there are benefits and there are great benefits, but you just have to wait and you have to be patient and wait for the, over time, you'll really start
Yeah.
to really be able to see the
Yeah.
benefits of the renewable energy.
That is great. What about yours?
We just want know about people experience with Snap and Tanner by going on our website and at peaceconcernedcitizens.com/contacts. And we just want to know, like I was saying earlier, if you was in the office, how long was you in there?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take them to get back to you? Did you just have to go in there, get the application, and fill out in your car at home?
Mm-hmm.
And also, what was your experience at the Department of Family Health, better known as DFACS?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We want to let y'all know too that our local DFACS office, this is something good about the Water Authority. Everything's not bad. They have a lot of good stuff, wonderful employees and everything who work really, really hard keeping everything going for us. We've got a good water system. But there is a program that's handled through DFACS that will help families who are kind of behind on their water bill, and that's a local Bibb County, handled through the Macon Water Authority. So, if there's someone who truly needs a little help with paying water bills, I don't have all the specifics, but I will have them at a subsequent program so that I can give you all the qualifications. But DFACS is the agency that handles the disbursement of support for paying water bills. And of course, there are income limits and situations. Yeah, Desmond, it's Macon Water Alliance. And yeah, Macon Water Alliance is the name of the nonprofit that is set up through the Macon Water Authority. And they have set up an arrangement with DFACS, a local DFACS. So if you are in need of some little help with the water bill, especially since those bills have gone up tremendously, then check in with DFACS and ask specifically about the Macon Water Alliance project, which assists people. We want to welcome, of course, Desmond. We want to welcome Kimberly Houston. Um, Shakita Maxwell says the state of Georgia cut reading recovery in all schools without an alternative. Republican Party Warner Robins rep spearheaded the bill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Merritt says the jobs, assuming these were the Head Start jobs, were just taken away, or the AmeriCorps jobs were just taken away, no warning. Burdell Hunt person says they sent her a letter through the mail and she was gone the next day. So, unfortunately, these things are trickling down, and so just be aware of what's going on. But when these services, such as the ones that you are offering in the Valley, are available, y'all, please listen up, pay attention to the information that's being provided. We're going to ask Senator to start heading this way. And we want to give you just a minute to give us any parting words. Y'all have been wonderful. Y'all have provided such good information. Young people are doing stuff, y'all. Everybody's not, you know, the young people are doing things. And so we want to spotlight these folks. And these folks are head of some grant programs, and they've got their degrees. They are very, very much qualified. Not that there was any doubt that, because now when you're black, you got to be overqualified. So when
Right.
you say you're part of these programs, yeah, overqualified, overqualified. But I'm going to give you a minute to kind of sum up and say anything that you want to add about the program that you're involved with, and then we'll do the same with you. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So, just to summarize everything with the clean and renewable, just know that we're here, and us as people, we're here, and we want to continue living. We want to continue breathing properly, and we want to continue to breathe in clean air and live in a nice atmosphere. So, you can start by little steps. As when you leave the house, make sure your appliances are unplugged. You know, your charger. Don't you know you're not going to plug your phone up while you're at work, and your charger's at home. So you can go ahead and unplug that. That's one way that you can cut down on your energy costs, and less energy, less coal being burned in the atmosphere. It all kind of trickles down. So just if we think about just small different ways that we can reduce our energy usage, it trickles down, and next thing you know, we'll be breathing a clean environment.
Mm-hmm. uh, Katie Kendrick says, thank us all for all we do. So we're glad that she's listening in or watching us. That's great. She is a very fine lady, very grand lady. And it's just a pleasure to have her as a friend and colleague. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. We just want to get everybody experience. So, like I say, just on our website, put your experience on our website at peaceconcernedcitizens.com/contacts, so we can make sure everybody get the proper, um, what's the word? The proper information
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
need about snapping time.
Okay. All right. So we want to thank these two young people for coming in today. And we do appreciate very, very much the information you have shared. And Katie Kendrick's going to have y'all to come back. We really need you to come back in a few months to kind of update us on what's going on. Many of the students who are at the Fort Valley State are from Macon, and they will benefit from the information that you share in Fort Valley. So thank you so very much.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank
Now
Thank you for
let's
you.
see
having
if we
us.
can drag Senator on in here. This engineer, did Senator depart? We hope not. Boy, I tell you. Thank, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Okay. We want to thank all of you who've tuned in. We just are so grateful to have people here. Don't forget that tomorrow, starting at 2 o'clock, that's when the committee meetings will be starting at the Macon Water Authority. And we'd like to see you there if you can come for any part of that time. um, by the way, when all of you started coming to the Water Authority meetings, guess what they got? They got them security down there. Apparently, they think you're going to do something other than express your wishes as a citizen. It's just a shame. It's just a shame. But anyway, we know how that works, and so we are not going to dwell on that. We're going to make sure that we have folks there. We've got a few things that we need to discuss. I want to ask Desmond Brown if he's turned in his personal credit card number yet, so that they can put his travel and travel arrangements on his personal credit card, when all the others, who by the way, just all five happen to be white, you know. But all of their memberships and all that stuff are paid using the authority. Now, I don't plan to submit any personal financial information to the Macon Water Authority for any of that. That's the responsibility of the. Desmond says nope, and I say nope. as well. So they might as well take that and and shove that. Desmond says absolutely not, and I say absolutely not. There is a workshop, a retreat that is planned, I believe, for the Macon Water Authority for June the 6th. And if I'm not mistaken, Desmond, you correct me, that is the one of the dates for the beginning of the water conference that's in Colorado. If I'm mistaken, then I'll take that back. But I do believe that those dates kind of coincide. So we'll let y'all know what new trick these folks are pulling on us. First, they didn't put my picture up. We finally they realized I was on the board elected and that they needed to get my picture up on the wall, and just a lot of other little things. We are duly elected members of the Macon Water Authority, and we are due certain administrative support, just as others are. And we should not have to ask anybody's permission to carry out our duties. So that's where we are. We'll keep you informed, but we need you there tomorrow, 790 2nd Street, at the Albert Billingsley Administrative Building. Oh, by the way, we gotta ask too, where's Albert Billingsley's name? Why is it taking so long to put his name? One of our first Black county commissioners. Why is it taking so long to get his name back up on the front of that building? So these are the kinds of questions that just make you just wanna, I don't know. But we're going to keep asking. And those of you who are concerned need to be there. You don't need to just sit back and complain. You need to be there. Okay. Thank you both for. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
How y'all doing? How you doing? Yes, sir.
This is Senator
Oh,
David
yeah.
Lucas.
Y'all listen to it because I'm in the
Okay.
five.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me get this picture, y'all. You'll stand over there. Hey, this is live Facebook. Okay. All right. Y'all get to see all of the behind the scenes stuff. Okay. Now, okay, one more smile. Thank you very, very much. All right. Thank you. All right. Y'all be careful.
Yes,
Like you
ma'am.
just like your parents, you know.
Yes, ma'am. See y'all next time.
All right. Okay. It's wonderful having those young people, and they're just doing an excellent job. Excellent job. Charlia Foster has joined us. Let's see. Yeah, we've got some really great people. And once again, we want to welcome those who've joined us on AM, FM, and right here on the Glory Live. Welcome, Senator Lucas.
I'm here.
Okay, tell us what you got to say. I'm just going to lean back and listen.
Well, one of the most amazing things that's happening in Macon, Georgia, is young blacks questioning when the two of us, because we are both up in age, are going to
speak for yourself.
Well,
You're up.
well,
okay, all right.
I'm older than you.
Yeah, you
way.
are.
When we gonna give it up? One of the problems I find is many of these young blacks who are talking about doing stuff don't know their own history. you got to know what happened back then, so you can have the insight as to which way you need to go. And many of them don't. I mean, I'm looking at Danny Glover said going to start a committee to run for Congress
against Sanford Bishop, who holds the office now.
Y'all evidently forgot Danny Glover. Danny Glover got paid to help push consolidation. Consolidation was about not having another black mayor. Let's tell the truth about it. The demographics in Macon and Bibb County have changed. The demographics show that the majority of the folks in this community look like me or got tan skin. But most of them look like me. That's what nobody talks about when you pass consolidation. The city or the county almost became broke.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that the county wasn't paying their bills. Why? You took $40 million out of your budget. Call yourself equalizing taxes between city and county residents. Now, what should have happened is it should have been on a schedule. Not all of a sudden jerk $40 million out of your budget and then turn around and you can't pay your bill.
Okay, what else was consolidation? What else? Shakita Maxwell says Sanford Bishop is a civil rights attorney and activist. NAACP paid for his studies at Emory University. Thank you for that background information. He's been elected and re-elected. I believe he's served for, is it 24 years?
He's up to almost 24 years.
He runs every 2 years. He has been there and has gained seniority. And if we get our behinds out and we vote this next time around, the Democrats will go back into control of the Congress, and we will be able to nullify a lot of the Republican things that are, I call it satanic things. And Sanford Bishop will go back in. He was chair of the Agriculture Appropriations Agriculture Committee, and he was able to do so much for the state of Georgia as far as the farmers. He was the one that made sure that those billions of dollars that the black farmers had not been paid, that they got their money right before Trumpy went in there. Otherwise, he wasn't able to stop it. So I'm supporting. I've got his sign back up in the window at the school. Sanford Bishop.
Well, Danny Glover ran against you.
He surely did. They moved him into the district
and
to run against
and
me.
changed the rules so that you didn't have to live in your district for a year.
Right. The law said you had to be there a year.
Yeah.
But Nikki Randall, who else signed it? Miriam Paris, and who else? James Beverly signed off to change the charter to allow
that to happen.
To allow Danny to run with having lived in the district less than a year. Now they really wanted me out of office, didn't they? If they were going to change the charter, the voters had just approved it narrowly. And then they came back and moved him into the district. And all you folks who want something new, you ask yourself, is this the new that you want? And it's ridiculous that because we want something new, we're accepting of stuff that's not good for us. This is true facts.
Well, you ought to elect folks who will stand up for you. You take that water board, that water authority. They are 20,000. They represent 20,000 more folks than folks on your county commission who represent the entire county. Their districts are 37,500 if you go equal it out. I propose a 7-member district elected, taking one from the mayor, that he has 2 appointments, but we only have 1 government now. And so that the county would appoint one somebody because they help put money into the budget to do the storm drainage all over this county. But you know, it's a joke. You go down, you question, and then everybody shows up that don't look like me or you at the meeting. And as soon as the chairman gets up and leaves, they all disappear. They all leave the audience. Where are we? Aren't we citizens in this community? Don't we work, pay taxes? And I'm tired of hearing folks saying they're going to do what they want to do anyway. They are going to do what they want to do anyway if you don't show up and vote. That's what voting is about. Being able to choose somebody that you feel will go down and represent you. And the other thing, when you run for public office, now your life, your entire life is an open book. So if folks don't like you, they're going to talk about you. Everything. Everything.
All right, Patrick adds on consolidation that it changed the way BIB conducts elections. Not only did it hamper the election of anybody else Black as mayor, but it changed the way BIB conducts elections. Elections are held in the spring months and not in November. Over a period of a decade, all of our boards, Board of Education, Commission, and even the Water Board are majority white and Republican. And Merritt says these folks voted for Trump. Now they hate it. Yeah, a lot of them losing those checks, losing those jobs. It's trickling down all right.
Yeah, but other folks are on Medicaid too. They're finna cut Medicaid.
Yeah.
The largest cut in Medicaid to give billionaires a tax break.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you what old Elon Musk is. Elon Musk is what they call an oligarch in Russia. When they changed the government in Russia, they use oligarchs, folks with the money, and then they cater to the folks with the money and change the government in Russia. Trump wants to be like Putin. He told you on day one he would be a dictator. They picked up a guy. They said by mistake, say he was a member of a gang, but he did not have the opportunity to go before a tribunal. And when I say tribunal, that's to go for a judge and argue his case. Donald Trump did all this dirt, sick the folks on the Capitol, but yet and still, he had the opportunity to go to court to defend himself, to say yay or nay. But everybody know he sicked them. And then, not only did he sick it on the Capitol, he pardoned every last one of them.
Crooks.
Now you got federal judges who make decisions that Donald Trump don't like, and now he wants to impeach them. I watched on television one of the federal judges who lost a kid. Pizza came to her house with her son's name on it, who was deceased. Now what that was a signal that we know where you live at. These are Trump folks. These are the same folks that went to the Capitol and tore the Capitol up.
Yeah.
These are the same folks. And we sitting around here talking about it. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, when I was young, y'all, when I was 24.
There was that time, y'all.
Reverend Moon, Van J. Malone, E.S. Evans. Y'all don't remember when we had the bus boycott? When folks in Macon got tired of having to go to the back of the bus. And they were locked up over there on the corner of Spring and Riverside Drive. They had guts.
Yeah.
They had intestinal fortitude.
Yeah.
You talk about a T.B. Hooper that stayed over there at Vine and Circle, was out there involved. You talk about an Osibel McKay who sold life insurance.
Walking
all over Macon, but was involved in this community. You talk about an Andrew Fields who worked for DFAX that was involved in this community. You talk about a Willie Hill who taught school, who ran for office, but he was involved in this community. You talk about an Albert Billingsley. I call him a self-made man, a contractor, and did pretty good. I can tell you about what happens when you do things that folks don't like. When Mercer University, and we were talking about doing a splash for Mercer University to build a medical school. The agreement was that if we did it, that there would be an authority that would tell folks, let everybody know where the money going and what they're doing with it. People had a problem with it. I did too. So I fought the accreditation. Guess what? After all that, I ended up with opposition. Robert Brown ran against me. And I never will forget the night of the election. Tuffy Griffin, who was in real estate here, said, David, I don't see how you won. He had all the money. And Albert Business said to Tuffy Griffin, we black folks got some money too. That's how he won. Let me tell you something. There are folks who paid a real price in this community. To try to make it right. When you talk about Unionville, you forget about Reverend J.L. Key, who was the minister over there at the CME church over there, who used to always talk about, what are you going to do for Unionville? Now, Frank Johnson was involved, but Reverend Key used to talk about it. What are y'all going to do for Unionville?
Yeah.
And so we have forgotten those folks who stuck their necks out, who took the abuse just for us to move forward. Think about the mayor, C. Jack Ellis. You run $1 million investigation on him saying he's crooked. And then you take it down to the U.S. Attorney's Office and give it to them, and they look at you like you crazy. Said, what is this y'all got? Nothing.
The other comments that we have, Shakita Maxwell says God is in control. LJ Malone says Lester Miller ain't no different. Merritt Johnson, Elon Musty, he a trickster. Shakita, Trump, Putin, Musty. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
see,
that sounds. And Patrick says Elon is a child of apartheid. Nelson Mandela was in prison while Elon was growing up in South Africa. And now he is in charge of various aspects of our lives. It's just a shame. We have got to rise up and take it back.
But now, what we need to understand is everybody ain't bad.
Right.
Now, you talk about Lester Miller. I don't agree with his politics, but Lester Miller has done something in this community. The black community for years wanted the black community clean up these burnt-out structures, these dilapidated houses. When Lester Miller got in, he took the mayor's office and he put the mayor's office behind it. And you saw all these structures being torn down and then reseeded with grass to try to sell the lots to build new housing stock. When you talk about the amphitheater, you talk about the Macon Mall. It used to be one of the busiest places in the world. Then all of a sudden, you had a new mall to put out on Riverside Drive. Now you had to walk. If it was raining, you had to walk from store to store. In the mall, you didn't have to worry about it if it was raining. Well, this man got the mall, put the amphitheater in the hood. In the hood, surrounded by Black residents. He did the warming center to try to help mothers and kids who were displaced and had nowhere to go. He's doing stuff for folks who have mental health problems. He's doing a lot of things. You might not like his politics, but he's getting something done. Mercer Med School going downtown.
On Riverside Drive.
Going downtown. He's talking about a new arena. A new arena.
We need a new jail. No,
we do need a new jail.
But unless people come out and make it known that that is what they wish to have, it's going to be a new arena and the jail will be forgotten. So y'all got to get together, and you can't just come on and post, and you can't just talk. You got to really band together and show up.
So what I'm saying to you all, and especially my preacher friends.
Oh yeah, we gotta have
y'all got to show up.
Yeah.
Ministers led the way because they weren't scared. Ministers led the way in Macon, Georgia, because they were not scared. So if you're scared, tell us you're scared so we don't elect you. And all these folks who were supported that you said were anonymous, you know you didn't have the money. Somebody gave you the money to run. Somebody put money in your campaign. What was done was not illegal, y'all. We talked about doing it. Some of us who are Black talked about doing it over 10 years.
You OGs.
We talk about it. We tried to set up something so we could do the same thing, but we just didn't do it.
Good support, folks. We're Senator, you always inspire us. You always get it heated in the studio. We appreciate you.
Well, I'm tired. I'm tired.
And congratulations on 50 years of service in the Georgia legislature.
Well, I'm tired of all these
But they say you're an OG.
I'm an OG.
They say
and glad to be.
We need to go home.
Glad to be an OG and gonna try to live as long as Methuselah.
Yeah, me too. I'm retiring when the Lord says, and when I can't do anything more because there's plenty of work to be done. And my challenge to those who would like to become a community official and elected official is to get busy. Show folks that you can do some work. Otherwise, don't ask me to support you if you have not shown that you were inclined to do something for this community before you decided to run and get your name out there and get on TV. It's more to this service than just being on TV, being in the paper, being quoted. Folks watch you and they know whether you do anything or not. And so that's just the way it goes. So I would encourage you to maintain all those who are involved in this, who want to get some action. We need you. So hang with us. We'll see you again tomorrow at 2 o'clock, if you can, for the committee meetings at the Water Authority, but at 4 for the main water board
You
meeting.
need to show up and stop running your mouth. Show up.
Yeah, because they're spending your money and they're going to spend it like they want to unless you go and say, no, I don't want you to spend it on a private hunting club. I don't want you spending my money that way. I want you to keep my bills down, my water bill down, and I want you to use some of that money that you're using for the private clubs and all this sort of stuff to repair the system. You've got to come and say that kind of stuff. So it's our pleasure to serve you, and we're going to serve for as long as there's a need, and there's plenty of need. We just need a whole lot more of you out there saying, enough is enough. Okay, I hear the music, baby.
I ain't tired yet.
Soul Jam, May 25th.
The best show in town. The best
tickets
show
are going so fast,
in
y'all.
town. Anthony Hamilton heading the show.
And they can still get them for
803
60,
fresh.
can't they?
You can get $60 tickets till Friday. Till Friday, May the 2nd. All $60 tickets until Friday.
After that,
then they go to
75.
75. Let me say to you, don't meet me there. Beat me there.
All right, May 25th. Put that on your calendar. Start cooking now and get ready for Soul Jam. We'll see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank the folks here at this marvelous station who let us go a little bit over. You just don't know how much we appreciate it, but it was the senator's fault. He came in here and just kept on talking. So thank you. We'll see you again next Wednesday for another edition of Ask Elaine.
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM.